What's going on, everybody? It's the Gassos Podcast, episode 11 for Joe. Oh man, we're into August. Oh Jesus, August 2nd, 12:24 in the morning. Here's Sunday morning. How you doing? I should be listening to this. Hopefully 10 a.m. We got some NASCAR New Hampshire for I guess it's only the Cup Series. We got some Formula 1 as well. But on top of the podcast, what we got for you is we got if I can find the damn outline. They took off the splitter on the we got kind of like some early views of the new kind of IROC series with Tony Stewart and Ray Evernham. I don't know what the hell Travis is talking about with the stat bot. Cole Pearn to IndyCar. Sergio Perez out of the IndyCar Formula 1. Dude, I'm in shambles after tonight, and I'll get there. Hulkenberg is coming back. He'll be in there tomorrow or today, I guess. We got a big meaty mailbag. Obviously, the Daytona road course with the new chicane. Jesus Christ. Travis, tell him how you are, and then I'm going to get to my rant.
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to this rant because I've heard part of it before we started recording.
Christ, I'm steamed. Most of y'all know by now that we always record the Gassos podcast after FTF, and usually, I'm cool about it because, I usually just get shit on anyway, so I'm kind of used to it. But this week I got shit on, but I was just pissed because I was actually pretty fast. And all right, long story short, here's what happened. Last week, one whole week ago, it's been a 2-week event for this Oxford 250 FTF has been trying to do. And we had to sit through a couple hours of heat races because they had to do everything one at a time. So we did heat races. My phone's talking to me. I don't see NBC. What the hell? I like when it pops up, shut up on the, the phone thing.
My grandfather, actually, he tries Siri every once in a while, and he had things on his calendar. They were like scheduled events, but they'd be called no motherfucker, like he was cussing it. And there was one, I think my uncle said it was no, you bitch, or something like that. Like he was just fucking livid cussing, and the whole event name in the fucking calendar was just him cussing Siri.
Yeah.
I don't know why that made me think of that, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it picks up every once in a while where I'm recording a video or something. It's sitting there and it'll pick up what I'm saying. But yeah. So, anyways, we were doing this shit last weekend, and it took us hours. We had to do everything one at a time because they were broadcasting that too. Heats, consi races, trophy race, all that horse shit. Anyways, I was really fast, and I ended up finishing second in the trophy race. So that put me starting second for tonight's Oxford 250s. Big deal. It had a lot of fast guys there. It was going to be on the Podium Esports, broadcast. And so I had a whole week just to sit there and be excited about it. And because I always look at these kind of opportunities, I need to get myself a more broadcasted stuff and bigger events just to test myself a little bit more. And I felt like this was one of those tests for me just to, go out there and, be competitive and, just go out there and do good things. Right. So, I was really excited. I started second. I rode second for a while until somebody got a good restart underneath of me, and I fell back to fourth, and I rode fourth forever. The problem with the event, though, was we started 33 cars at Oxford, and Jesus Christ, we wrecked probably every 2 laps. We had a couple. I think the longest run we had was probably about 8, 9, maybe 10 laps. It wasn't longer than that. We ran 250 laps at Oxford tonight. I didn't, but the race was 250 scheduled laps, and we had 30 cautions. I shit you not, 30 cautions. I tweeted out, my power went out after I got engine damage, and I tweeted out, dude, it was probably the worst. We have been a part of really bad sim races before. We have been a part of really bad sim leagues before. Mm-hmm. I don't think we have ever been a part of a 30 fucking caution race, oval race.
I couldn't believe, because I don't run FTF very often. I've run 3 races, and all 3 races I've been in have been not great, but not that bad. And I'm with you. I can't think of a time. Like I said earlier, before we started recording, I can think of a few times we got close to 20 and probably hit 20. But 30 cautions in a 250 lap race at Oxford that's unheard of. That's probably a record.
I'm so pissed. Anyways, my race, I was in the top 5 literally until we took tires. We were probably gonna have to take tires at some point. We got through 100 laps, 150 laps of caution before everybody was like, all right, we're going to come down and get some tires. And I did that. And, so all the fast guys were behind probably 10, 15 guys who'd stayed out on all the tires, and it was, I mean, we were a chunk faster. I mean, tires are pretty important. And all it took, that first restart back, I didn't restart on the bottom once until I died, I think. I only restarted on the bottom once, and that was that one time after I died. I was on the outside every single restart of the night, and including this one with the tires. And we were rolling, and I was like, man, it actually might work out being around the top. You know, something stupid happens, somebody's probably going to get punted, I can just go around it. And that's exactly what I was going to do until the winner of the race tonight, Seth the Merchant. I love Seth, raced him a lot. He fucking... he was underneath of me, and somebody started spinning underneath me. I was like, hell yeah, we're just going to go around the outside of it. Nope. Seth put it up my ass like a monster truck over my left rear and just basically shoved my car's head on into the outside wall, which is one of 2 walls at the track. The rest of it's just field. So I just got nose damage, and of course you can only fix about 8 or 10 seconds of damage at a time, and at that point I was just so fucking pissed, man. I was really like confident. I was fast. I wanted to go out there. I thought I might have a chance to win if things just went our way. Of course it fucking didn't. And on top of all that bullshit, my power went out a little while after. It was fucking storming, and of course I think all the storms had finally gone through, and then my power went out. And it was like, Jesus Christ, man. I was just like, I was so fucking done at that point. But 30 fucking cautions. I don't know what could have fixed it. I don't want to be that guy, but like, fuck, dude, I came back in there. I wanted to watch the end of the race just to see how it went. And I was like, even when I had engine damage, I was sitting there in the back of the race. I was like, oh, now I see why y'all are wrecking. Everybody just throwing it off in there, punting each other out of the way. Jesus Christ, man. It's so fucking frustrating to be a part of that event. So I feel a little bit better now talking about it. I'm not going to lie. 30 cautions, though. 30!
I can't believe it.
How? That's fucking FTF, dude. FTF's pissing me off. I love racing FTF because it's probably it's the fastest league I'm in. It's got a lot of fast guys that like duking it out, and I really like seeing what I've got. But every week I get fucking pooed on one way or another, and it's really starting to piss me the fuck off. I had a good Daytona road course, and I had like one good race in Michigan. Other than that, man, it's just been fucking poo. But deep breaths, everybody. Deep breaths.
Yeah. I got some sad news. It's not on the outline, but it just came out.
Right.
Wilford Brimley, he was the diabetes guy. He's passed away.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I just seen that.
Yeah. So that's sad.
Oh, man. Well, rest in peace, Wilford.
Yeah.
Were you going to continue that? Or?
No. I mean, I don't know that much about him. I just know he was the diabetes guy, and I figured we'd pay our respects.
Well, we did. I thought you were going to take us out of the next subject.
I didn't do the outline this week.
You were pointed in the that's not exclusive, though. You can take it up as much as you want.
Okay. The diabetes guy died, so now let's talk about Tony Stewart.
We got to transition one way or another.
Oh my God!
Are we just gonna end it on that note? Goodbye, everybody.
Might as well. I mean, my night's ruined. I don't know about yours.
What do you mean your night's ruined?
The diabetes guy's dead. Like, that's sad.
Yeah, but I mean, you can get over it, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, I will, but
all right,
appropriate amount of grieving time.
All right. Well, this podcast is in memory of Wilford, the diabetes guy. We miss him every day. All right. Well, that brings us. All right. So you guys might have seen it. We got these little renderings, at least of the nose of the car for the this new IROC. I don't even know what I think everybody just calls it the new IROC.
It's like SRX or something.
SRX Superstar Racing Experience. You think they could have came up with They should work on coming up with a better name than throwing out drawings of the car and let NASCAR Twitter, who knows nothing whatsoever about race cars, determine what they should look like and what they should feature on the race cars.
That's the thing. What's this big deal? Like, why does everybody hate the splitter? Sorry, I got ice in my mouth. Why does everybody hate the split? Like, I get it. Like, I get why everybody hates the splitter, but like, just because something on a car somewhat resembles a splitter does not mean that car's automatically
don't you know, Travis?
Shit.
That damn splitter, man. You take that splitter off, man. They'd be out there, and that'll solve all the racing problems, man. You can go through the grass like Dale Earnhardt, man.
2012 and 2011. Hell, even 2010 racing was fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand like why they just point to the split. Did one person shit on the splitter one time? Everyone's like, yeah, that guy's right.
It was Jeff Burton. You remember that? It was Jeff Burton, Kyle Busch, Charlotte one year, and Kyle Busch cut Jeff Burton's tire, I think, with the splitter, and he came down there and he pointed at him about 27 times. That was the funniest damn thing I'd ever seen. That just reminded me of it. He came down there, and that went on for like good 5 minutes, and it was just Kyle Busch, Jeff Burton, some camera guy. Jeff Burton was just pointing at him. But there needs to be a point count on that. I need to go back and watch that. I just thought it was so funny because he points at him like 15, 20 times probably. But yeah, I don't know. The biggest thing, that just pisses me off, and it's even more stupid that they took like Ray Evernham probably knows what the fuck he's doing, right? As a car engineer. So he posted the picture, like the nose of this new car for this racing series, and it has this big ass splitter on it. And I mean, obviously, it's not the most attractive thing ever on a car, and obviously, we only see the nose. But again, people were shitting on it, and then they took it off. And Ray Evernham was like, "Nah, see, y'all happy now or what?" I was like, "Are you really gonna let Twitter determine what the hell your cars look like?"
Isn't it gonna be a short track series anyway?
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, especially they're gonna do dirt too, I think. So, I mean,
so what's it fucking matter?
Yeah, I don't.
Like, I mean, I'm no engineer here. I'm just raising a question. What's it fucking matter?
Yeah, I mean, the only person it should matter to is Ray Evernham, is building the motherfucker.
Yeah, and I'm confident he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Yeah, I always get a kick out of the people on Twitter like, man, it's a splitter off there. You know how aerodynamics work, and you know how it's gonna affect the rest of and all these fucking people, man. Sorry, I had to unplug some. I always leave
that. The worst like fucking awkward pause podcast we've ever.
I'm giving you a good 45% of the blame here. I feel like I've been pulling my end. I gotta say, we need to get you more involved in the podcast. We're 10 episodes in. Let's let you pull the reins a little bit here.
I do. Well, first of all, have you ever done a solo episode?
As a matter of fact, no, I haven't.
Okay, so I don't want to hear it. The thing is, there was no NASCAR this week. I don't give a fuck about any of this other shit that's on here. Like,
all right, Travis. Well, then what do you give a shit about? What happened this week that you gave a shit about?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, why don't we take the week off? Like, there was nothing like some fuck over in F1 land got the fucking cold, so now he can't race, and some other assholes jumping in.
Oh, so you do care. See, how does that make you feel?
I don't care. I just saw a bunch of people pretending to care on Twitter.
Oh, but you care about that. How does people pretending to care about on Twitter? How does that make you feel?
Pearn is fucking coming out of retirement to go have an indie circle jerk with Ed Carpenter. Like, okay, the only thing I could think of to talk about was the stat bot, which is really fucking funny.
Okay, well then let's hear it.
Okay, so there's this stat bot on Twitter, and I forget what it's called. Fuck, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. But either way, it's a bot. Somebody's programmed a bot, and it just pulls random NASCAR facts out of its ass. So like, it'd be like, man, I don't. Let me look it up. It gives like Jeremy Mayfield ran last 3 times in 2005 or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know how that would how it would work. I don't know what years it works. Hang on, I'm trying to search the tweet so I could read the exact one. Oh, here it is. Random NASCAR stats. That's what it is. So it just tweet like, here's one. In 2015, Clint Boyer had 31 top 33 finishes. So just random shit like that. Well, every once in a while, I've seen it multiple times. It'll tweet a Dale Earnhardt stat from 2001. So people get pissed at every time. Like, every time people get absolutely livid. Here it is, July 28th at 7:28 p.m. In 2001, Dale Earnhardt had 1 top 32 finishes. And the bot doesn't get that many likes. Like, all of its ones today, 3 likes, 4 likes, no likes, 1 like. It's only got 542 followers. Like, it's not a huge bot. The Dale Earnhardt 2001 one, it's got 52 retweets, 300 likes, and 42 replies, all of which are people shitting on him. And some people making some really, really dark jokes, but most people shitting on him, saying, nah, it's not funny. Oh man. But yeah, it cracks me up every time I see it. I just did a Twitter search with it. Here's another one. Uh in 2001, Dale Earnhardt had an average finishing position of 12th. And that sent a lot of people into a livid rage. But they don't realize it's a bot. They don't realize that it's not intentional. So it's just funny. Anytime I see it, I always go and fucking read the replies. It
Yeah,
keeps me happy.
it's always funny. We gotta have like a. It'd be a lot better if we did this podcast in person. Maybe one day, like consistently. We should have a whiteboard and just like a list of stupid shit that gets people upset on Twitter, and have like a leaderboard, because that's probably would be up there. I would say in the top couple now. I mean, we've only been going for 11 episodes now, but yeah,
that's a good idea. We need to make like anger power rank or trigger power rankings or something.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw, I made an intro video for NASCAR Twitter for any new people getting into it this week. Most of the people, it was well received with most. Other people just called me a fat used car salesman. But most people, I don't sell used cars. I just look like I do. But yeah, I think that would be really good because, man, NASCAR Twitter has been terrible lately. And I know we've talked about it the past 3 weeks, but there's been more and more shit today. Like they canceled some parody account today, accused him of being like transphobic or something. I don't know what he said, whether he was or whether he wasn't. But basically, what I've gathered is anytime something like this happens, it starts with like every irrelevant person in the community and all the kids, and they go back and forth. And then you got like this clique of like extremely, extremely hipster people now that go at these kids, and they go back and forth until it makes it into somebody who is relevant's timeline. And of course, most of the people in this community who are relevant are fucking stupid. So they start tweeting about it, and then it just burns Twitter to the fucking ground. That's like, I feel like that's how this is just a hypothesis. This is just a theory, but I feel like it's pretty true because if you think about it, I never see people engaging in it until it's taken to that next level after somebody with a following tweets about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like I said, the last 3 weeks, man, I can't get into it. I just try to stay. I feel like my life is just a little bit better if I just don't look at Twitter so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I made my second account, because it's great.
Or you can just not go on the app.
Well, yeah, but like, there's a lot of good on Twitter that's not NASCAR centered. You know what I mean? Like, I like looking at fucking like news and memes and other shit. So like, I just made a second account that I don't follow any NASCAR shit, and it's crazy. It's like a whole different attitude towards Twitter. It's wonderful. Yeah, you should try it. It's pretty good.
I should.
Because like Reddit's cool. Like I like getting on Reddit really for like my memes and shit, but like still, there's just some stuff on Twitter that's fucking funny. And now I can scroll in peace. I can't even scroll in peace. But yeah, I think that's the thing. I think that it starts with these kids and hipster folks, and somebody takes it to that point. Like just like the Freddie Kraft deal. He got fucking ripped to shreds.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
The thing with Freddie, I knew. So what had happened, he posted a picture of him grabbing his wife's boobs, and she took the picture. He posted it. Brett Moffitt said, I don't think she agreed to this or something. Not agreed to this. Hang on. Now I got to search again. God damn it.
I know it upset a lot of people.
Dude.
There's people coming out of the. I never really looked at the replies. I heard it was a nightmare for sure.
Oh, it was terrible. So he said, just a reminder, she said yes, referring to saying yes in marriage. I knew that right away reading it. And then Brett Moffitt replied, probably not to this. And then Freddie Kraft replied, once you say yes, you can no longer say no to anything else. LOL. That, I could see where that sounds really bad. And immediately I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I was like, I think since the first tweet was in reference to marriage, that's in reference to marriage. Like, okay, she said yes, so she has to put up with my dumbass. He put out a statement later. She was defending him in the replies too, saying like, look, that's what he meant or whatever. Yeah. But my God, the fucking woke Twitter had to come on him and call him a fucking rapist and everything else. And it just blew up, and once again blew up into something it shouldn't have been. 100%. And then what's that chick? I think she dates Weaver, Matt Weaver. She's always mad about something. She started tweeting about it over and over. And then somebody dug tweets up where she was calling the Bush brothers gay and stuff. Like, she's not innocent in this either. So, like, that's what I'm saying, man. Just if everybody shut the fuck up, everybody has their faults in some way. You know what I mean? Like, we all say stupid shit. I've said stupid shit. You've said stupid shit. Everybody says stupid shit at some point. I don't get it.
It's always the from what I understand, it's always the same, the usual suspects. Like you said, what did you say? She's one of those ones that's always negative or whatever.
Yeah, and I don't have anything against her really. It's just like anytime I see a big outrage, she's leading the charge. And like, I like Matt Weaver. He seems like a good dude. He offered his condolences when my cat died. But I remember like with the Barstool stuff, when Barstool was in NASCAR, she was like a big like on the Barstool, the Rubbin' Is Racing podcast, Dave like put off a stat of how many times she had tweeted at him angrily. And yeah, I don't know. Life is really short, and I've learned like in the last, basically since the Rona shit has hit, I've got a lot of shit in my life that I can be mad about, I guess. I choose not to get mad over stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I'll get mad at stuff I see on Twitter, but not to this point where it's like I want to lead a fucking charge of fucking canceling or whatever they try to do. It's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's always the same fucking people, man, that are just constantly negative 24/7. I blame the fucking Rona. It's still the Rona. A damn COVID, man. If people could just go outside, just fuck off, just for like a week or so. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It probably. I think that's obviously. I think it's obviously got to be the problem at this point, man. Just people are just fucking upset. Everybody's got a bad taste in their mouth. Everybody's got to stay at home. Everybody's, at least over here, has got the virus in the back of their head. And whether you agree with it or not, and then everybody's upset at the government, and everybody's upset at this. Everybody's just fucking. It snowballs, and then everybody makes asses out of themselves. Everybody has to say something when they really don't on social media. Everybody feels worse about themselves, and then and then we get to this point, and then everybody's just fucking upset. We talked about it 3 weeks now, and I'll say it again. If you're gonna say something on social media, before you send it, take a look at it. Read it. Is it negative? If it is, ask yourself, does the world really need it? Because that answer is always fucking no. So fuck off. Go outside for a walk and be on with your day. All right. I get it. I scroll through Twitter. I scroll through Twitter. I get upset, but I don't got to fucking call out every goddamn fucking person I see. It's just, dude, we're fucking.
I tweeted about it today. Remember when I got canceled for interviewing a guy?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Talking about it's not going to fix anything. It's just like it's like when you go in it's exactly what they did to us tonight. It's like we were 15 cautions deep and we still had 200 laps left. They're like, guys, just back off.
Quit wrecking,
quit wreck. Just easy in, easy off. And it's like it never fucking does anything.
When there's a fight and somebody's standing there on the side, break it up. Like, yeah, like if I'm beating the hell out of somebody and somebody yells, break it up, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know what? You're right, dude. Let's quit fighting.
My comparison was the Washington football team name. It looks good, it sounds good, but at the end of the day, does it help anything? Fucking no.
Like we were talking about the jerseys, like the in the NBA. It's like it just seems so forced. Like I saw they made some guy, he didn't have anything on his jersey, so they made him change jerseys or something. It's like, okay, like does that really fix the root of these problems? You know what I mean? I get raising awareness, but like forcing people to do something.
Yeah, it's all something.
It's like the kneeling. I've said it many times. I support everybody's right to kneel, but you can't support and be for kneeling and then get mad when somebody stands for the anthem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw that on somewhere that somebody had to issue a statement as to why they stand during the anthem. It was like, are we really to this point where we got to issue a statement as to why we did this or that at the?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, man! I don't even want to talk about it anymore, man. It's just a fucking dude. It's
we're in a bad place as a society, man. We really are. I don't, and I'm all for people being toxic and talking shit, but like we've just hit a new level where it's just like people want to dig and find every little thing they can.
There's
They're
a
pissed about.
there's a big difference though when you're fucking with somebody, you know, and you're trying to get a laugh out of somebody, but it's a big difference when you're just a fucking cocksucker about it. You just got to go after everybody you see because you don't agree with this person, or maybe this person said something that, you know, they didn't even mean it, but they said it in a way where it might seem like they meant this or that. Fuck off. Everybody just needs to fuck off for a little while. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, just moving on from that bullshit. We don't need to talk about it anymore. Positive vibes only here on Gas Holes, everybody. Positive vibes. Yeah. So that brings us to I don't even think you really give a shit about the rest of this. So you could just sit back and have a good time. I guess this will be my solo episode. So Cole Pearn is coming on to Ed Carpenter Racing, and I don't know exactly what his role is. Let me pull up my the little thing here. We got so the statement. Ed Carpenter adds Cole Pearn to Indianapolis 500 engineering staff. Championship-winning NASCAR crew chief will be lead engineer on Connor Daly's number 47 U.S. Air Force Chevrolet. I'm actually really excited for that. Obviously, Cole Pearn's a smart guy. It's interesting to me how he's going to fit in there, and because obviously IndyCar's, I mean, night and day to NASCAR, but no doubt he's a really smart guy, so I'm sure he'll probably have something to bring to the team.
I have a question.
All right.
Is this like a first time that somebody's made the jump as like a crew chief or something? Like I know drivers have done it, but like wouldn't it be a whole different thing to go from setting up a NASCAR car to an Indy car?
Well, I'm sure it would be, but I mean, obviously, I'm not a fucking engineer, so I don't really know either. But I mean, when you think about it, I mean, obviously, there's going to be differences, but there'll be similarities as well. He's on the engineering staff, so I mean, he'll just fit in there and be like, "Hey, is this shit working?" I guess. Yeah, it is. You know, he'll tune it up. I guess. I don't know, but either way, he's been proven to be a smart guy. Whether it's going to translate to IndyCar or not, we'll see. The biggest thing though is that for me, is that Ed Carpenter Racing in a whole has been really fast the last handful of years at the Indy 500. They've sat on pole, at least like Ed sat on the pole. Was it 2018? I think. I don't know who was on pole last year, but they had a handful of cars. I want to say Pickett was up in there. They had all their cars are fast. I mean, their cars are always fast every year, but they never really can seem to put the full race together. Like Ed's been so close so many damn times. He nearly won 2018. That was the year I picked him, and he finished second, I think, second or third. And he always qualifies well, races well, but he just they can never just quite get it all the way. So I don't know if Cole Pearn is going to help that or not. But Connor Daly, the only thing, I mean, to be honest, I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to IndyCar, but he started on pole for Iowa, and he didn't finish there, obviously. But I think he still finished like eighth or ninth or something like that. But he ate shit at Road America. But I'm excited. I hope. I'd love to see Ed Carpenter himself bring one home. That's like he's still my number one guy every year. I want to see him win. My IndyCar guy now is Marcus Ericsson, just because of the shout out to the OGs who might remember the F1 2017 playthrough. It actually worked out really cool that he came to IndyCar, and he's actually been doing pretty well. He hasn't been doing awful, but he hasn't been doing, he hasn't been one of the top teams, I guess. But he's shown that he knows what he's doing. I think he just hadn't quite, put it all together yet. He was having a really good run. Marcus was in the Indy 500 last year. I think it was last year. And he was coming down pit road and he crashed. But I don't remember. I think he had his brake bias too low or something like that. I think it was a single car. I don't know what the hell he did, but I remember he wrecked. He doinked the front wings. So, yeah, I don't know. That's about as much as I could get out of that one. But Ed Carpenter's been fast. We'll see if they go faster with Cole Pearn. Indy 500 is coming up, dude. I'm excited. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to go to the race or not. We were originally going to be in the suite. We don't know about that with all the COVID shit and all the new parameters with that. So we might be there. Brody, my buddy Brody, who I always go to the track with while I'm there. I think he applied to the track to to get tickets or whatever as a backup plan. So I don't even know. I'm still gonna be out there though, regardless whether we get to whether we got tickets for the 500 or not. Since there's a lot of other stuff, dirt stuff that goes on throughout the week. But yeah, what the hell do we got next? We got some Formulers. I'm excited. I really hope I can stay up. What is it? It's almost 1:00. If we wrap this up a little bit sooner, we can might be able to squeak in a little bit of sleep, and I can. Usually I've been just winging it and staying up all night until the F1 race starts, and just I'm like a zombie by the time it comes around, just sitting there dead on the couch. But yeah, so Sergio Perez, and I feel bad for him because he had one hell of a week where he came from the back and dude, he hustled all the way to the front. The paint car has been really good this year, especially the last week or so. I'm gonna have to pull up qualifying, but yeah, he kind of similar to the Jimmy Johnson thing. He tested positive for COVID-19 ahead of the race, and he got the boot. It's kind of silly when you think about it. I understand it, but it's like realistically though, it's like that must really suck because every time now it's been one of those instances where you don't have any symptoms or anything, but you did test positive, but you still have to sit out of the car. It's like, it's not like you fucking, you broke an arm or something, or you're like actually like really, really sick and, you got the flu or something, but it's like, you don't have any symptoms or anything. You just happen to test positive for it. And sorry, you can't race. It's got to fucking suck. But it opened up an opportunity for a fan favorite, Nico Hulkenberg. And he's, I was looking at some of the practice results, and he's been, it seemed like he was getting acquainted with it, but it seemed like he was getting it. I'm just excited to get to the race and see what he does, because once again, the pink car has been really fast, and obviously nobody's going to touch Mercedes again. They were kind of they rolled it out for qualifying. I saw Lewis Hamilton spun in qualifying. I really wanted to watch qualifying, but I didn't get around to it. Of course, he still ended up on pole though. But yeah, so the qualifying results, not really a big deal, but whoop-de-fucking-do, Mercedes up front. Lance Stroll qualified 6th. Hulkenberg didn't make it to Q3. He's 13th, so yeah, he's going to have a lot of work to do. Racing at Silverstone this week. First of a doubleheader here. It was funny, I was telling you about this. Apparently Silverstone offered to host like 12 Grand Prix. They were willing to just shut the shit down. Back in the first like month or maybe first couple of weeks of the COVID, when everything shut down, they were throwing around the possibility just kind of like almost similar to the NBA bubble, how they're down there in Orlando and they've got a huge bubble down there where they can just play games and stay at the same places. Just have a bubble at Silverstone and race 12 Grand Prix. I'm glad it didn't come to that, because Jesus Christ, nobody should ever have to sit there and watch 12 races at the same damn track. But yeah, I'm excited for it, man. It'd probably be a shit race, but I'll stay up for it, and hopefully it's something. But yeah, just I've been excited for the races just because with the new game coming out, the F1 2020, dude. Holy shit, that game has been fun. Hopefully y'all been playing it, man. Y'all been listening to the Gas Holes podcast. Hopefully y'all been enjoying it. Tell me what you think. So far, I don't think I've heard a negative thing from it, really. It's been the game is pretty damn good. And at this point, I can confidently talk about it and how I feel about it. It's I've been wanting a really a change in the handling. The cars have always been kind of like wishy-washy and kind of greasy almost. Like they have this greasy kind of feeling where they slide across the track. And for a car with that much, like those cars have got so much fucking downforce, they're glued to the track. They shouldn't be sliding. They shouldn't be as greasy feeling as what they were. And I feel like a lot of that's been cleaned up, especially with the curbs. The curbs have always pissed me off so much. Just how unstable it is to race and bounce, because obviously you got to hit the curb at some point. Some of the tracks, like, you have to run over the curbs to get to the corners, and it's like the AI just kind of like right over them, and you sitting there, you hit them, and it's like you hit a damn I don't even know. It's just you hit it and you fucking eat shit. So I think they've cleaned that up a good bit, and it's still not great, but a lot of times you can run over it and you can just run flat over it and it doesn't really affect you too much. But Yeah, the biggest gripe I have, the good thing with this game, they have such a great base moving forwards, especially F1's gonna be getting new cars coming out, and that's always a big challenge for the developers and everything. So the most important thing is that they've got a really good base for when they do that. It's funny when you say that because NASCAR Heat should be in the same situation right now, but they are fucking not even close. But F1 though, dude, they've got the base for the whole like my team mode. Now they can just build off of it. The biggest thing now is like they don't have any real world sponsors, which is the only exception I think. I understand because that's the only one workaround they can't have is with it's just I forget what it was, but it was some with the licensing. You can't. They don't want certain drivers to end up with certain sponsors. So, but yeah, the biggest thing now is that they have the made up sponsors, and you can't really mess with the logos any. You can't make them bigger or smaller. The customization level is still not quite there. It's so funny talking about this game and then thinking of NASCAR Heat. It's like it's not even close. I really haven't had the will to play NASCAR Heat whatsoever. I've really been thinking about F1 the last couple of weeks. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna make it on my NASCAR Heat career mode. I'm huffing and puffing, but I feel so bad. But it's just like fuck, man. I don't think I got it in me. I don't feel like anybody else is really feeling the series either. I hate to say it, but it's really a shame though too, because at least for me, the way my channel's been building and building and building, and I was really banking on NASCAR Heat 5. Like that was gonna be the game, dude. That was gonna be the game to take my channel to the next level. And it flopped really hard. And I'm not going to say nobody really gives a shit about F1 on my channel, but that's kind of the case. A lot of people really like the videos and really enjoy them, and I really appreciate that. But at the end of the day, my channel's still not an F1's channel, so there's still a lot of people like that interest still isn't there. But yeah, it feels bad. Let me know how y'all been liking F1. Don't tell me anything about NASCAR Heat. We know it sucks. They know it sucks too. You know who I feel most bad for is probably the people who got to work there and deal with that shit every single day, and it's their fault, so they have to live with it anyways. But at the end of the day, it's their fault, and it's not. They've been dealt a pretty shitty hand of cards. Just the whole license has since it came around in 2016, and oh man, I just it really sucks. Like I said, I go back to that rant we had when it first came out. I can't understand why they would even think about releasing that game other than just getting a simple paycheck. Like how much money could they, I don't even know if that's a public thing, but I'd love to know how much money they have made off of copies.
Couldn't they have just, I mean, I don't know how it really works, but like, couldn't they have just made it like a really expensive DLC? So that way they didn't lie to everybody. You know what I mean? Like knock the price down from a regular game, but they still get their check, and then we could just move on and pretend it never happened.
I mean, they absolutely could have done a next season DLC because they've done that before. They actually didn't do it last year, but I don't know. That's the thing. They fired everybody right after Heat 4 came out, and that's why they didn't get to that extra DLC, and everybody was upset because they paid for the Hot Pass thing, and little, like, of course they didn't know that it doesn't even come with the hot, like, you can always buy this like season pass basically, and you get all the DLC, but every year they've done a next year DLC that wasn't included, and everybody was pissed about that because it didn't come out, and they thought they'd paid for something they didn't get. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how it would have worked out with the schedules and all that shit. I guess they would have had to update that too, but I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, that is probably one of the most I mean, let's think about it. Think about all the sports out there. That's got to be probably the most embarrassing sports game ever.
Yeah.
Because the only other embarrassing sports games I can think of are either Tour de France, which, like, who fucking plays Tour de France? I played it twice. The game was fucking awful, but it was, it was a fun kind of awful, but it's like, it's Tour de France. Who plays that shit? Like 5 people? And I'm sure they have a great time too. But
yeah, I feel like at that point, like with a game like that, you can't make, like, for what it was probably a really good game. It's cycling. You do it once and you've done it.
Yeah, with NASCAR though, it's fucking NASCAR. NASCAR video games have always been a pretty big deal, even like outside of, NASCAR fans. Everybody likes to pick up the NASCAR game, even if they're not even a NASCAR fan, and just fucking drive backwards and you know, and do stupid shit. But at the end of the day, it's fucking NASCAR. Everybody knows fucking NASCAR, and this is your official video game. It's just fucking embarrassing, is what it is. It's really fucking embarrassing, and to sit there and put out 4 embarrassing games, and then come out with this 5th one that is easily probably the worst one they've ever come out with. Like, we've had 3 or 4 patches already, and the game is still fucking like the fucking they've had 3 patches already, and when you load into career mode, if you have colored wheel rims, they're still the wrong color when you go off into the race. They're one color in the background of the main menu. When you load in the race in the little garage stall, your rims are, I think, the correct color. And then there's a 3rd color when you're in the race, and it's this bright yellow, like neon yellow. It looks awful, and it obviously doesn't match my custom paint scheme. And then when you come down to pit road, the little cutscene where they come out and, you know, they do your pit stop, your wheel rims are what the color they're supposed to be, but when you drive off, they change colors again. So it's,
how does that happen?
that's what, you know what, I don't know whatsoever. I don't know what it's like building a video game. I don't know anything about it, not a single bit. But I just don't understand how you can carbon copy Heat 4 and release Heat 5 and somehow break it 500 times worse than what the original game was. I don't get it. And it's like they had to have known it was broken. But they still, I mean, I guess at some point there's always an answer for everything, right? So they probably, I guess they had to release a game this year because that's what their license is. They got to release one every single year, I would imagine. I'm just thinking, man, of like the 3-man team that is 704 Games that works on these games. There had to be one man that sat there while they were eating lunch one day. They're probably eating fucking subs or something. They're sitting there and like, man, this game, it's not looking so good. Maybe we should call up NASCAR and be like, we ain't going to be able to get this done for you this year. Sorry, but like, this game's awful. Like, it's broke. It's the same game, but it's worse. It's broke. We have so many bugs. But sure as shit, they fucking released it anyways. And once again, I will say it. Nice guys are really great. They mean well. The whole company means well. They've always meant to put out really good games, but they just haven't delivered. And sometimes that's just how it goes. But fuck's sake, man. It's just so disappointing that everybody has to sit here and drag through another year of an absolute shite NASCAR game. And that's it. There's nothing. I mean, iRacing should be NASCAR Heat's best friend because dude, you realize how much money they've probably made from just people frustrated with that damn NASCAR game?
Oh yeah. Well, the thing I don't understand what's the deal through? Isn't it through like 2029 or some shit?
Yeah, it was a 10-year deal from 2016. I want to say they might have extended it at some point for like another year or two.
Why did NASCAR settle? Like, why did they just realize that they just didn't have any hope that nobody'd give a fuck about a NASCAR game, so they just had to settle?
I would imagine probably at the time. I would have to imagine at the time they didn't think it could possibly be that bad. You think? I don't know.
I mean, I would guess, but like, who makes F1?
Codemasters.
Like, surely to God, did they at least go to them? Maybe. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because what the fuck is a 704 Games anyway? Like, wasn't it just created to be NASCAR? Like, I mean, I don't understand, man. Like, I don't understand why they settled to take a fucking group of whatever people who couldn't keep their jobs at other companies, so they formed this company and they're like, all right, let's Frankenstein this game together, and look what it's done.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know every single detail, but majority of it was that they basically just took all the old devs that made all the NASCAR games that we love and cherish, like NASCAR Thunder 2004 and all those EA games. They took the majority of those people that built those games
and dropped them on their heads and then threw them in a room and told them to make a game. That's what they did. It makes sense now.
Well, I mean, basically, they gave him an apartment in Charlotte, the NASCAR building, and they gave him probably $150, and they were like, "Here you go. Good luck, guys. We'll see you in a year."
You know where it went wrong?
Where'd it go wrong?
When Keselowski hit that pole or whatever.
Yeah. It sent shockwaves, and it just fucking Jesus Christ, man. What a fucking disaster, man. And once again, I feel so bad, man. But I knew it was gonna bad. I've been predicting this stuff for years. I told him. You can quote me all the way back to probably Heat 3 or Heat 4. If they don't knock it out of the park with Heat 5, good fucking luck. I want to see him try to sell NASCAR Heat 6, man. It's gonna be a good time. I hope they knock it out of the park. The biggest thing that people don't understand here is because they always compare them to Codemasters. The thing with Codemasters is they've been doing it for years, and I mean like 20 years plus. Like they've been doing this shit for a long fucking time. And so technically, so was the guys who worked, who had built these games, but they just didn't have the budget, and especially like EA, they didn't have the manpower, they didn't have the budget, so they just like, yeah, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But hopefully everybody learns from their mistakes, and we get the good NASCAR game we deserve. Because Jesus Christ, we've just been shit on for the last 5 years. We probably would have been better off with just nothing. Heat 4 wasn't really that bad, but it's just such a fucking bad look to release Heat 5 the way it was. Everybody was expecting to get something new, to get something better, and like unless you've been here since Heat Evolution, you just can't understand the frustration, man. Year after year after year after year after year, it's just to release this hunk of shit. All right, y'all know how bad it is. There's no point in talking more about it. Let's get to the Moonhead Mailbag. Let's see what the people are talking about this week.
Oh boy, a lot of folks had a lot of things on their mind. askmoonhead@gmail.com. That's, y'all know the drill. Matt F writes, "Hey Travis and Cozy,
Hello.
This is for Cozy. Have you ever been on a plane before?"
Yes.
Hunter McFarlane writes, "Hey Travis and Cozy, what do you
Hi.
think of the possibility of if/when NASCAR introduces hybrid elements to the cars they add, something like ERS and F1? P.S. Cozy can explain ERS to you, Travis. Don't worry. Good. I was about to ask that. PPS. Ha, you just said PP. PPPS. I read the descriptions on Spotify and keep up the great work on the podcast." Good, because last week or the week before, I made the description of the episode. Does anybody read this shit or something? So now I know somebody does.
All right.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So will you explain this to me?
Yeah, so long story short, ERS.
Oh, wait. Can I take a guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that the thing where the wing opens up or whatever?
No, that's DRS.
God damn it.
Drag reduction system. I think I got my acronyms down there. ERS is, long story short, it's this thing. It uses, I guess, friction, or it generates power under braking, where it takes that power and it gives you extra engine power, I guess, technically. So you basically, like, if you're trying to pass somebody on a straightaway or something, you pop it into overtake and it sucks down your battery power. But you can regenerate that under braking and just not using it. So you kind of recoup it after a while. The thing with it though is it's like, I don't know, it's just like an F1 thing. It's cool. It's different from, obviously. I enjoy it just because it's different from, obviously, NASCAR, and especially in the video games, it's a different kind of component. What was the question though? Bringing it something like that to NASCAR?
Yeah, what do you think of the possibility of if/when NASCAR introduces hybrid elements to the cars they add, something like ERS and F1?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of against it, because like, and it's just not, it's not the NASCAR way, It's just fucking slam the bitch into fourth gear and drive it. You know what I mean? It's like, we don't need any of that extra stuff. But at the same time, I'm all for, if you're gonna bring something else in to help the teams, or something that's cheaper for the teams, or something that helps the sport, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong, but something like that, man. I mean, again, I'm not a driver, but I would imagine everybody would be like, they get down to Daytona and they'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? Just
yeah, I don't think it
but
would just, I didn't know what the hell it was till 2 minutes ago, but I don't think that would make NASCAR racing any better. Like, I'm not one of those people like, oh, it's stock car racing, but like, at some point we kind of have to look in the mirror and be like, all right, what is NASCAR's next step? Is it going to at least try to be somewhat stock car racing, or are they going to be fucking computer machine racing like F1? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I don't think it really has a place in NASCAR. Hybrid technology and all that doesn't bother me, because that's actually the direct, like, all cars are really going, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That stuff doesn't bother me. But once you start turning it into just F1 with fenders, then it's like, okay, what's even the point of having NASCAR at that point? Connor Broderick writes, "Hey Travis and Cozy, huge fan of the channels and podcast. Thank you, Connor. My question is, do you feel going to a race in person makes it a better race than watching it on TV? What I mean is, I'm going to New Hampshire this weekend, and people give it a lot of crap, but I like it because I feel in person it makes the race better than on TV. Because if the lead racing's bad, you can watch those little battles maybe in the back, like a Starcom versus Rick Ware, that could be entertaining, but would never be shown on TV. I know Cozy's Connor, we're gonna have to teach you what a comma or a period is, buddy. I know Cozy's been to Pocono, and I'm running out of breath here, and arguably Dover, that won't be the most entertaining on TV, but maybe in person. So hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes enough sense. I was kind of confused reading it over myself."
All right, if you're confused writing your own thing, I think that's the time where you just kind of delete everything and start from scratch there, brother. Just give it. There's nothing wrong with a second try. There really isn't.
This is my favorite mailbag question ever. Read it over myself, but didn't really know how to reword it. Sorry for this long ass question. Have a good guys.
All right, can you read the first like sentence or two?
Let me just. Basically what he's asking is, do you feel like going to a race in person makes it better than watching it on TV? And he's citing his experience at New Hampshire.
Okay.
And watching battles in the back.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he answered his own question.
Yeah, like that's exactly how I feel. I think we talked about that with the Bristol All-Star race. Everybody watching at home said it was bad. Me and Cozy were like, yeah, well, I mean, I thought it was good sitting there in person because we got to see everything all at once. So
yeah,
that's just how I feel.
I think there's only probably a handful of tracks where it's probably, depending on what happens and what you're looking for, there's probably a handful of tracks like a road course that technically probably would be better to watch at home. But, you know, you go there for the experience and to see him fly by you. I was thinking Pocono was mentioned in there. I've been to Pocono a handful of times. Pocono definitely would probably rather sit. I mean, it's great to be there at the track, but it's like when that 2017, when that Jimmy Johnson crash happened where he piled out down there into turn one and ate shit, and then Jamie McMurray caught on fire. That happened. Like, I saw the caution that came out, and I looked around for probably like a minute and a half, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. I finally found Jimmy Johnson down there in turn one. And then I saw smoke coming off of turn one. I was like, what the hell is that shit? I saw Jamie McMurray was on fire. And I was, that's, you know, it's like, you can't really tell what the fuck is going on. Like, you're sitting there and it's like, sometimes you, like, if something happens, you can't even tell what corner it's in. So, most tracks though, you go, oh, easily. It's way better. I had somebody offer, shout out if you're listening. I had somebody offer their New Hampshire tickets to me that couldn't go, and I declined because I'm not driving 8 hours to New Hampshire. But I'd love to go to New Hampshire really though. Nice. Yeah, it was very nice. So I thanked him. But yeah, I'd like to go to New Hampshire because I feel like you'd get some of that short track vibe. I guess are they running the 2018 package, the low blade, small blade? I think they're running it tomorrow, aren't they?
I would hope so.
I'm pretty sure they are. If they're not, I'm jumping off my roof tomorrow. But yeah, the
when are they going to run at Darlington?
I would imagine it's going to be the high downforce. They should definitely try the low downforce there. But yeah, fucking I'd like to see New Hampshire because I feel like you'd probably get a little bit of that short track action there, more than what you get on TV. I feel like New Hampshire, I feel like it'd be a similar experience to Richmond, because they're both kind of close to short tracks. So you get that short track vibe when you go there. I've never been to New Hampshire, but I'm just kind of guessing. And then you get out of the race and you look on Twitter and everybody's shitting on the race and you're sitting there with like, I actually had a pretty good time. So I would imagine something like that. But yeah, enjoy New Hampshire though.
M&M Cup Series writes, all right, let's get right to the point. How do you guys feel about Indy not having safer barriers and the Cup Series is still allowed to race there, but the Cup's cars can't go to other short tracks that don't have them? Indy was the first track with safer barriers. Don't they have safer barriers?
Yeah, but they're not all the way around the track.
Well, I thought the rule was just they had to have them in the corners.
Yeah, that's probably why they're allowed to race there, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess if those short tracks could get them in the corners, they'd be allowed to race there. But okay, to kind of answer your question, I do think it's stupid that some of these tiny ass tracks that don't have safer barriers that K&N or ARCA can run at, that they can't take a cup car there. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ryan Newman took a cup car to the head at 200 miles an hour and lived to tell about it. I'm pretty sure, unless something major goes wrong, somebody backing it into the wall at one of these little tracks isn't going to cause,
As long as
a
they
huge
have
problem.
decent walls where they're not going to go through them. Like, they don't have to have full-on safer barriers, but like some of those short tracks are pretty
I'm talking
rough.
a concrete wall, like a concrete wall with no horrendous 90-degree angles. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they should be racing at places with openings in the backstretch or whatever where you can hit it and split the car in two. But I'm just saying, if there's a concrete wall around the whole track, I don't see why they can't do that, or put up some of those big foam blocks like they did at some of the ARCA races.
There's plenty of smart people out there. There should be like how there's the minimum speed. There should be like a max speed. Like, if you're over this speed, you can't race at a certain track with these kinds of walls. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you're underneath that, like, I'm sure there's enough smart people to determine what that speed should be, and if it's under that, then they should be able to race at some of these other smaller tracks. Because again, cup cars, like you said, Newman got domed by a cup car and lived to tell the tale. So I mean, I think we could probably manage like a North
somebody backing into the wall at 105 miles an hour. Yeah. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I mean, I'm not downplaying it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I feel like NASCAR's open to it in the future because they made the exception with Eldora.
Oh yeah, but but they're not really going that fast, so
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully that answered your question. I think this is Connor Braun, because the email's Connor, but the name's something else. Thoughts on Almirola drawing another pole for New Hampshire? Is it luck or something fishy going on? I think it's just luck, because if they were going to rig it, they'd rig it for somebody other than Eric Almirola.
Maybe Smithfield's, maybe.
Also, I'd like to point out the subject was Arid Almirola, another pole.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Smithfield's, talking to NASCAR like, hey, what we got to do to get our driver a little closer to the front, because he can't do it on his own. I don't know. Something's weird about those draws, though. They fucking everybody's already pissed off at him, though. It's funny how the mood changes, because everybody was hyped about him there to start off, but I personally, I'd love to see just do the whole fucking field.
Yeah. If they're gonna do a draw, that's what they need to do. I want to see fucking BJ starting on the pole.
If you really got to do like the top 28 or something, and then do the back markers, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, at the very least, they
only are doing it this way so somebody like BJ or Quinn doesn't start on the
exactly.
pole.
And I understand that. I understand it, but it's like, at the same time, it's just fucking stupid, man, with these. Because, like, if you're like a Jimmy Johnson, man, you just can't get yourself, especially with the aero package. That's a big reason why Bill struggled this year, man. Because now he's just like, like, a big part of his game was qualifying, and now he doesn't have that. So then he has to start mid-pack. He races mid-pack because he can't get out of the damn dirty air. So he can't finish higher to point his way further ahead. So then he can't get out of that bracket to get, end up getting a draw position higher. It's so that I don't know, the system's
it's fucking Jimmy too, because the first stage he's always, and he can't get stage points right away. But and I don't like I said, and it's played out just like I thought it would. I don't know why they made the decision for no qualifying so soon, because look what MLB's doing. I told you there'd be one league that fucked it up really bad, and they'd take all the heat, and then NASCAR could do qualifying, and if somebody gets it, oh well, they're not as bad as baseball. I don't understand it, because baseball's about, I mean, what? It's only a matter of time before they pull the plug on the baseball season. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's not looking good, but it's like they're already in. They're already in. It's gonna.
But take... I mean, half the players going to titty bars and stuff still. Like,
I mean, they're getting it one way or another apparently. But I mean,
I think they traced it back to a strip club in Atlanta or something. I don't know, but like, it's just.
Yeah, I think the problem is
somebody's
actually
gonna fuck it up.
The problem is they're actually testing him. They're actually testing them. So I saw Ryan Ellis. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter. He was talking about MLB, and he was like, "That's why a lot of people are taking notes about NASCAR." And somebody flamed him up. He was like, "Yeah, but NASCAR doesn't even test anybody. It's just temperature
but
check."
I hate that argument. Because that just shows that, okay, we should be doing qualifying anyway because nobody's fucking died yet in the garage. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's gotten so fucking sick. It's crazy. Like, I get it. There's a reason the fucking car owners and stuff are staying away because they're all old. But most of these people, same thing with athlete. Outside of NASCAR, like a baseball player or a football player or a basketball player, they're in pretty good health, most of them. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, they get it, whatever. They stay home, and then they come back when they're good. I don't get the big deal in the world of sports. It's one thing to bring fans in and stuff, but I don't get the people who want to bitch about, well, NASCAR doesn't test. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, nobody's dying. I don't get it. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking that way, but I don't get it. It'd be one thing if we were packing full capacity racetracks in still, but we're not. Like, it's just essential people. If somebody gets it, they get it. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
There's already been people get it, and look, everybody recovered.
Here's my thing. This once again, I don't think anybody truly knows, but from what I understand, it seems like there's a lot of weird cases like after you get it that like it seems like it might be pointing towards health concerns later, like after. So that would be the only thing, I guess. But it's like, once again, it seems like we're getting past it, man. It's obviously killed people off, but a lot of, like, most people, man, you get it. Some people don't even know they fucking have it, and it's just it spreads like that, and it doesn't really seem to affect a whole lot of people. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong too, but fuck. That's the thing. Nobody fucking knows. So it's like one or the other. I think. And it's like,
I just love the people accidentally contradicting themselves because they're hyping it up like it's just this you get it and you fucking die, and then they're like, well, actually, we don't know how bad it is in NASCAR because we're not testing. Well, it's like, in that case, shouldn't everybody be dead already?
Yeah, it is very true when you put it like that. That's the thing, man. It's just like, fucking, let's do one thing or the other, man. And then, fuck it. One thing or the other, and then, if you don't like it, fucking boo-hoo. But I just don't think anybody truly knows shit. But the best thing people could do is make educated guesses, and that's exactly what everybody's doing. So
uneducated guesses, I think we should say.
Uneducated? You think uneducated?
100%. As far as the people on Twitter go.
Oh, I was talking about like the people running leagues and stuff, like in control of trying to, like NASCAR, NBA,
but even
NFL,
then, I feel like their shit. They don't give a fuck about the virus. They give a fuck about the PR nightmare. Like, that's 100% what I'd care about. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, if I'm running a fucking league with the most talented and healthy athletes in the world, I wouldn't give a fuck if any of them got it, to be honest. Especially in like a scenario where there were no fans around and there were limited people. I'd give a fuck if I was in the baseball's position where all my fucking players are getting it because they're running around to strip clubs.
Yeah.
Then I'd be pissed because it's making me look like a jackass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially now, you probably don't want to be the commissioner or like the higher ups in your respective sports league that fucks it up for everybody else.
Yeah, everybody's looking at the baseball guy like he's a jackass, and I don't even know who he is, who the guy making the calls are, but he's a fucking jackass to everybody else.
I was about to say, the one thing, high fives all. Actually, no, we can't do that, but just
congratulatory text messages all around.
Thumbs up to everybody. The NASCAR wasn't the one to fuck it up for everybody. One reason or another, MLB's taking the shit right now. So you know what? We got that going for us. For what it's worth. That's all I got.
All right, next question. WNY Firebuffs writes, hey, Travis and Cozy. I was wondering where both of you came up with your channel / nicknames when valued at 20 and Moonhead. Big fan of you both. Love all your content. And I look forward to listening to the Gas Holes podcast every week. Thanks, Nick. I have a really big head. Some asshole called me Moonhead one time. And I was like, that kind of sounds like a cool name. And it kind of stuck.
All right. Throw back to fucking that was a classic picture. I still got it out there somewhere. We're gonna have to dig that up.
God, dude, that's probably the worst picture I've ever taken.
Your head really does look like a moon in that picture.
It does.
Full circle. Yeah. I hate this question. Let's never answer this again because I've answered this question like 597 million times. Um, my channel name. The only problem with mine is because mine doesn't make any sense. What the fuck is WinVal? Nobody knows what the fuck that is. Um, all it was just a combination of my cat's names that I slammed together and threw some numbers at the end. 88 for Dale. I was just WinVal 88, and then I lost my channel, so I redid it, and it was WinVal 8820 because at the time it was years ago, and I was back when Logano was at Gibbs, and I liked him before he kind of got all cunty and uh, and yeah, I don't know. He was a young guy coming up. It was fun rooting for him, but I don't know. That's my name.
How'd you lose your first channel?
I think it got hacked or something. I don't know. I just lost it, and I had to start over. That was back in the times where people could get your YouTube and hack it and take it over and shit. That was back when you could do your custom channel art and shit like that. And you remember those days, man? Y'all remember when YouTube used to be fun?
Yeah, and you could send messages to each other.
You could send messages to each other. You could completely customize your channel and do all the colors and stuff like that, and put background images and stuff. YouTube used to be really fun, and now it's just fucking not. But I can't.
A college education to run studio. And
yeah. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I didn't mean to roast your question. It's just, dude, I gotta fucking answer that all the damn time.
I really don't get the question that much because mine just kind of.
Yeah. Once again,
like
yours makes kind of sense. Everybody looks at mine, and it's like, what the fuck is that? The one thing that I will tell people is that the VOW I always capitalized just because it fit the numbers at the end, and I thought it was original. So that's technically the proper. People like to capitalize the W and then lowercase up until then capital V. I just like we have in Discord, lowercase win, uppercase vow, and then it matches the numbers. I don't know. It's just my personal style on the username. Fucking stupid.
That's cool. Dan Marcy writes, "Hello, Travis and Cozy. Are you fine people hockey fans? If so, what is your favorite team? Also, what is your dream vehicle? Mine is either a 69 Charger or an 87 Chevy K10. Once again, thanks for the podcast and thanks for answering my questions." I'm not really a hockey fan. When I was really little, we used to watch the Atlanta Thrashers, but we all know how that went. But I saw a funny tweet the other day. It was a fake Atlanta Thrashers account saying 0 players had tested positive, or 0 personnel from the Thrashers had tested positive.
All right.
Yeah, so that was funny. But I do every once in a while I'll put hockey on just to watch for a fight or something. But I'm not a big hockey fan. I don't know about you, Cozy.
Yeah, I try to get into it, but I don't know. I usually especially since. Well, anyways, I live in Maryland, so I'm technically a Caps fan, Capitals fan, just because they're the home team. I usually, sports I don't watch, I just pick the home team. But except for, I got to talk about my teams, because people always fucking, now that the NBA's restarted up, all the new people to my channel are like, why are you a Thunder fan? That's the only team where I'm a fan of a different city, I guess. When I got in the NBA, I was a Nick Collison fan. I got to watch Nick Collison. I loved his game, and I just really rooted for him. I became a Thunder fan. That was back like 2011, 2012, somewhere around in there. Coming up on my 10-year anniversary of being a Thunder fan and just being disappointed all the time. Anyway, super excited. Just real quick, Thunder won today. I had to wait like 4 months for this Jazz Thunder game. It finally happened today. We fucking beat that ass. You damn right. Anyways, yeah, Washington football team fan, and then Caps. I don't really watch a lot of hockey, but the biggest story with the Capitals, at least around here, was that they'd always get in the playoffs and they always fucking lose. So every year they get in the playoffs, I would try to watch their games, and they finally won, which is weird. I didn't really celebrate because that's not really fair, but it was kind of cool to have a home team around here win. It was obviously the biggest deal since the Ravens won the Super Bowl back in 2012 or whatever year that was. So, yeah, I'm trying to get into it, man, but I don't know why I can't. But I respect it, though. I like it. It's fun to watch when it's on.
And then dream vehicle. I really want a Rolls Royce.
Man,
but as far as trucks go, a Ford Raptor.
Rolls Royce. What's your attraction to a Rolls Royce?
I just like the way they look. I think they're cool.
It would be pretty badass to own a Rolls Royce. Gee,
but like,
bad stroke trying to say it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know where my love for them came. You know where I think? I think it was like, I don't know where it was. I want to say it was the Post Malone, the White Iverson video, but like I don't think he was driving the Phantom because I want the Phantom. I want to be rich enough that somebody drives me around in my Rolls Royce, so like I could sit in the back and smoke a cigar. But like I don't know. I feel like if I ever get rich, that's what I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy a Rolls Royce and I'm gonna pay somebody to drive me everywhere. But if I'm like not that rich, I just have some money, I'd get a Ford Raptor and drive myself everywhere.
Oh hell yeah!
But I also want a Mustang one day. But like I'm like fairly confident because I don't have any plans to get married or have kids, so I'm fairly confident unless I'm a complete fuck up, I'll probably be able to own a Mustang one day. So hopefully I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I've never really had much of a dream vehicle. I just I don't really drive a lot as it is. I'm cool with my truck right now. However, with the complications of my truck in the last couple of weeks, I have really thought about trading it in or buying a car on top of it and keeping my truck. This is a road trip thing and everything else. But I really want to get a Dodge Challenger. I love those new Dodge Challengers. Those things are so badass looking. I'd love to get one of those, especially the last like couple of years, 2017, 18, 19. Those things are just badass, man. I don't any color doesn't matter. Some of them come with stripes on them. I don't fucking know. They look badass, man. I want one so bad. If I had to pick any car right now, it'd be one of those. Those look fucking badass.
Would you ever get another truck?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing though. It's like I love having a truck. I wish I could just. I love having a truck. I just want both, I guess, because it's really great having a truck, being able to put shit there in the back and do stuff with it. But like, if I bought a car, then I wouldn't be able to do that shit as much or as easy. So I like having a truck, especially because I like sitting up because I'm short. I like, but especially I don't like a car that really sits too low to the ground, so that my truck sits up, pretty good, so I can see everything pretty well. And but yeah, like
that's the thing, man. When I drive, like if anytime I've driven somebody's car,
yeah,
or, like even my mom's van, like with the way my truck sits up,
yeah,
it's fucking like my truck's not. I don't see how some of these guys getting like lifted trucks because my truck's not lifted. A lot of people think it is, but it's not. It's just sits a certain way. I don't see how people fucking drive 10 feet up in the air or whatever. Like I just don't understand because you can get too high and like I could never get in anything else because like I said, I feel weird getting anything else out of my truck because I just feel like I'm sitting on the fucking ground. I don't.
Yeah, it's the same way I drove. I always reference my grandma's '99 Toyota Camry. I took that for a spin. I was part of the story. The when I got backed into, that was that day. I drove my grandma and my mom out to Olive Garden, and we got some fucking food that day. And geez, driving that thing, I don't like sitting on the ground like that. It's fucking weird. At least compared to my truck, I've been so used to.
Oh yeah, I gotta read another question.
When you ready?
Sorry, I was looking. I was looking at a thing on maps. Hey Travis and Cozy, I hope y'all have had a great week and are hyped for a snoozer of a race on Sunday at arguably the worst track on the circuit. Damn, that's just fired up. If you were Supreme Lord Emperor of NASCAR, what track would you take a bulldozer to and erase any historical memory of said track? Now a question for Cozy. You do those sick GoPro point of view videos for the races you go to, and recently I've gotten a GoPro myself with SD cards, battery life, and resolution. How do you maximize recording time before having to swap out? Also, do you use the head strap or the hat clip to mount your GoPro? Keep up the good work on the podcast, guys. It's definitely one of my favorites to listen to every week.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, P.S. Cozy, I tried the cheesy Fiesta potatoes at Taco Bell before they were gone forever, and they are fucking amazing. So sad they are going away.
You goddamn right. That's coming up to 10 days, everybody. 10 days. Real quick before we answer any questions. 10 days from this recording date. Potatoes go away from Taco Bell. Eat as much as you possibly can, please. That's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to get really fat. That's why I just started running again. I've been running every day. And I'm really training here for these last 10 days of Taco Bell potatoes. Fiesta potatoes, man, they're going away for fucking ever. It's the saddest damn thing ever. Please go to Taco Bell, get some Fiesta potatoes and anything else that has potatoes in them because they're going away. Taco Bell, August 12th. Spend your money, please. Go ahead.
I can't really think of one I'd take a bulldozer to. I was gonna say Indy, but then Indy's got like the Indy 500.
The only reason why Pocono's still around is because it has its whole racing history. So let's get rid of its history. Just fucking delete it.
Pocono would probably be one.
Pocono was the definition of it looks good on paper. They took 3 tracks, 3 famous corners, made its own track, came out to be shit.
Yeah. In any form of racing that goes there too. That's the crazy thing. But I mean, I'm not a big Michigan fan.
Michigan used to be cool.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could at least use the whole fucking track.
I'm trying to think. I can't really, aside from those two, I can't really think of anything. Texas, probably Texas. Texas is a terrible racetrack now. We could just get rid of it. It was never that great, but it's worse than it ever has been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't think of one I hate that bad. Besides, like, I don't think there's any reason NASCAR should go to Indianapolis, but I wouldn't bulldoze the track because it's a good racetrack for IndyCar and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the GoPro question, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'll just go. I need to I've been meaning to actually upgrade my GoPro and get a newer version. So I go head strap. I bought, I guess, 2 extra little batteries. And so I always bring a mobile charger with me just so I can charge my phone or the batteries if needed. Excuse me. And I have this little pack. It's just you fit two of the little batteries in there, and you can plug it in and charge them, obviously, while you're recording during the race. So I just kind of swap them out one at a time. I don't usually let them get too close to dead. I usually get down there around 20% or whatever and just swap it out just so I don't miss anything. GoPro has a little app. It's just GoPro app. You have to, it's like I don't know if it's $1.99 or $5 a month or whatever, but there's a subscription thing where you can get it and then you can connect it to your phone and then you can see exactly what's coming out of the camera. That way you can line it up and everything. And just right there on your phone. The only thing it's so fucking stupid about that, though, is that if you link up your GoPro to your phone and you're looking at, what the GoPro's seeing, it tells you all your information, how long you've been recording. But the one thing it doesn't tell you is that what your battery percentage is at. It has a little battery logo and it goes down, but it doesn't tell you how much. It's just you gotta have to guess. It's fucking stupid. But other than that, though, yeah, just a couple extra batteries with you, a little battery charger, and then a mobile charger just so you can get everything going. I spent 1 year when I was in Indiana, I spent like $50 at some Best Buy on this big ass, fancy ass. It holds a lot of charge. And that always gets me through a lot of time at the track. So, yeah, that's basically the setup. The only thing though is that obviously the higher you record on, the higher like resolution. Obviously the faster it drains battery. I'd never had it overheated till that one time we were recording gas holes on the way to Talladega. So if it's hot out, 9 chances out of 10, it'll make it all the way through. But yeah, be warned, if you do take it off during the middle of the race, it's gonna be hot as fuck. But yeah, that's my setup. I've been doing that every once in a while because I've seen a lot of stupid shit at racetracks now. So I always try to wear that just in case I catch anything stupid or crazy that happens. That's really interesting, and that way you just don't miss anything, especially if just stuff you just want to rewatch. Man, any of the races I've gone to in the last couple of years, I could just rewatch my entire POV of it. So I don't know, it's kind of, for me, it's more important. It's fun to have and just throw it on a hard drive. Years back, you can go back and look at all that stuff and relive the race almost. So it's pretty cool.
Second to last question, Brian Green writes, favorite New Hampshire moment. Also, keep up the good work. Either that year that Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson gave each other the bumper back and forth, or that K&N race where Brandon Jones sent it in a country mile too deep on the last lap and wrecked himself and the leader, and Jesse Little won.
Oh man, you remember that? I don't know. The first thing that popped in. You remember that big ass restart crash in like 2008 or 9? Truex was in that green car.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just remember that one. I just remember that really big ass restart.
He got out
crash.
Like he was going to throw the helmet. But
yeah,
he didn't throw the helmet.
yeah. I was thinking any like fuel mileage stuff was pretty fun. That one year the Stewart-Haas cars I think went back to back. It was like I can't remember how it went, but Ryan Newman I think won. I think they flip flopped. Ryan Newman ran out and Tony Stewart won, and then Tony Stewart ran out and Ryan Newman won, or something like that, back to back years. I don't know. They had some good field mileage races that kind of that kind of made up for it, but yeah, I don't know. It's fucking New Hampshire. What do you want from me?
And final question comes from Benjamin Easterday, actually.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Moonhead and Cozy, first time caller, long time listener. What got you into motorsports? Your friends, family, or did you find it on your own? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, Ben Crazy. I get my family. My parents were NASCAR fans, and I just kind of grew up watching it, and I really enjoyed it. They didn't like force me to watch it. I just thought it was cool and played with toy cars and stuff. And then I kind of fell out of it for a little bit when I got kind of to elementary school, probably. I'm trying to think. Probably 2009. I don't think I really paid much attention to NASCAR at all in 2009. But then
that was a good year to miss as a Dale Jr.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a Dale Jr. fan from the time, I mean, for as long as I could remember, because my dad called me Bud. And the hood of his car said Bud. So I was like, huh, I like that guy. And man, I started watching in like 2004. So at the time, it was like that was a good driver to pick. And then, good Lord, I don't know if it was my fault or what, but things went downhill there for a little bit.
You're the one to blame then. You motherfucker. You ruined it for everybody.
But I don't know. Once 2010 rolled around, he ran not good. And then 2011, though, that's when the second phase of Dale Earnhardt Jr., the good years started, before he kind of got his brain busted up one too many times there and kind of went down the drain. That's still, man, that makes me so sad, because I really think that like 2013, 2011, 12, 13, 14 junior and 15 potentially fucking,
it was a revival.
Those were championship caliber seasons. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, and I just feel like if he could have kept that up, I mean, eventually, I don't know that he would have won a championship, but he would have come damn close again. Like, God, I mean,
even battling the concussions, dude, he was so close. He just had such shit luck. You remember that one year, that chase race? It was Chicagoland. He was running really good, and he blew up or whatever and caught on fire in that Time Warner cable car. There was that one instance. He was there at Kansas. He blew a tire in the lead, I think, in that one chase race. I think it was a chase race, wasn't it? He blew that.
I don't remember.
He blew that right front at a turn 4. And just pancaked it. He was in the lead. Fucking how many Talladega races where he had something happen to him one way or another in the playoffs. It's just, dude, it's always fucking something.
God, man. Dang it, man. You made us depressed.
Yeah, it feels bad. Yeah, damn it.
What got you into just Preet, wasn't it?
Yeah. So y'all know Preet. He's always a big guest on the iRacing stuff on the streams, and he edits the best ofs for me every month. And so we went to school together from was it first grade to third grade before he left my school. We became friends over that time. And he was a big Jeff Gordon fan, his whole life, I guess. And he was big into racing. And obviously, I didn't know anything about it. My parents weren't into it, any sports whatsoever. My uncle was a race fan. He was a Dale Jarrett fan, and then Dale Jr. fan, which is where I became a Dale Jr. fan. My buddy Preet, he got me into it, man. I remember being over at his house. We'd watch races and stuff just over there for whatever, and he'd have the race on. And ever since that, it was like mid 2000s, about the same time. Just I really got to start watching it, and of course, I had to become a Dale Jr. fan, too. I really wish I would have chose Jimmy Johnson or somebody, but we love Dale the same. What's so funny over there?
It's so... I found a stop motion thing. I know who this guy is, and his Twitter bio referenced something about his old stop motion videos when he was a kid. And these are 11 years old. He made his own noises for the thing.
Oh, so what a beast.
He was going like, wah, and then they would reckon it.
Can I just take a second to acknowledge stop motions, man? Kids used to be a lot more creative than what they are nowadays. Kids have just ruined stop motion for what, dude. People actually used to try, and people were innovative, And
They
now
made Eric Eastep what he is today. I mean, good lord.
And now all it is just dumb kids that post pictures, just still images of what's going on to Instagram accounts.
Instagram is what ruined it.
Come on, kids, you're better than this.
And I haven't officially made it yet because I haven't been cited as a sponsor for one of these events without my consent yet. Because I think that's that's how you know you've made it in the community, is when somebody says like, "Oh, the Moonhead Cup," and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" It's happened to you. I know it's happened to you.
Yeah,
but I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. Who thinks that's a good idea to? All right, everybody, sign up. And next Tuesday, I'm gonna post a picture of which one of you won. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
real edge of your seat excitement there.
Kids have gotten really, really lazy over the last fucking 10 years. I tell you that, man. Dude, I tell you, stop motions used to be fucking. That's where it was at, dude. I mean, there was all kinds of people that did it, and everybody had their own little way of doing it, and everybody was creative about it. Nowadays, nobody.
Like this kid who fucking
made his own noises. But nowadays, people are fucking lazy. All right. Well, I think
that's the end of the mailbag.
Yeah, that was yeah. Well, that was fun. It was a good time.
So what? We just have to talk about this chicane that I said should be added, and then everybody called me a fucking idiot, and they added it.
Yeah, go off.
Yeah. I said they'd be going too fast. Everybody started to cite, "Oh, well, IMSA doesn't. They don't have a chicane of all that stuff." It's different fucking cars. Our cars weigh more. They're harder to slow down. They're not designed to fucking barrel off into that turn like that at 200 plus miles an hour. I knew they were going to make a chicane. I knew they were going to do it because somebody was going to get hurt if they didn't. I'm glad they did it. And everybody's bitching about it. I saw people say, well, they might as well not even do it now. Yeah, why are people so mad that there's going to be another opportunity for people to fuck up or pass each other? Because without that chicane, it was going to be, all right, who got through that chicane on the backstretch good? All right, we're not going to see another pass till turn one over there. And then think about this. Let's say we look into a two-car battle there on the last lap. All right, they're coming out of turn four. They're hauling ass to the start-finish line. Pit road entrance. They slam on their brakes. Because that's how they were going to be braking before the start-finish line. Like, there was no fucking... There was...
That is true. I didn't think about that. Coming to the line, I mean... You wouldn't really probably be able to get it. I mean, you'd have to stop right before the line to make the corner, and then that would have you flying towards the tires there. Or
that's what I'm saying. You'd pay the price for that one.
Well, I did that in FTF. I finished fourth, I think, and I crossed the line. Obviously, and I ended up going through onto the NASCAR Oval while people are still racing. I was like, oh shit, I wouldn't even.
That's what I'm saying. That would happen. Like, you'd have somebody, because people are like, well, they could just not put tire barriers there, then they won't hit anything. Well, then some poor bastards coming out of the
then you're gonna get T-boned at 150 mile an hour.
Yeah, 200 miles an hour through there, fucking killing somebody coming out of the infield. It's just better to have this chicane there because it's going to set up an awesome run to the finish if there is a battle, and it's more passing opportunity. So I don't see – it's the same reason they added one at Charlotte, because they were going to be braking before the start-finish line there too, and you were going to have some sort of horrific wreck when somebody got turned through the AstroTurf down there and went head-on into people turning into the infield.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move. I think it'll make the race more exciting.
Yeah, I think it's silly, absolutely silly for people to think that – they shouldn't have a chicane or whatever, or to think that they didn't need one. I mean, the only cool part about it was without it that they would have had the big spoiler and they would have had a lot of sucking going on, on the main NASCAR oval, and that would have made things very interesting for that period of time all the way down into turn one for a shit show outlook on it. But at the end of the day, yeah, you're going to mess around and get somebody really hurt. If you don't have a chicane there to woe them down. But I'm still excited for it, dude. It's going to suck.
I'm more excited now because, like I said, I feel like it'll make the race more exciting. Having that chicane right off of turn four there, that's going to be fucking cool.
Yeah. And even with the only thing it might suck is that now that spoiler might fucking ruin a little bit of something. But I don't think it will. I think what are they doing? They're doing high horsepower and the big spoiler.
I think. Boy, I'm stuttering. I think that the big spoiler is strictly for what you said. I think they want to try to increase suck when they're out there, because even with those chicanes, they're going to be on the oval for a good bit.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, if you
I
get
think it'll catch people back up and stuff.
yeah, if you get guys, with pretty clean exits, if they both get through the chicane pretty good, you're gonna have a little bit of draft on your hands, especially if you get a couple of them, like 3-4 cars. That might get pretty interesting coming out of the backstretch chicane, coming towards turn 4, with those those giant ass spoilers. You might get some good suck, and make things pretty interesting. Especially in the last lap. Imagine green, white, checkered. You got a couple of guys that break away from everybody else. You have like 4 or 5 of them just like sucking all the way down that turn 4 chicane last lap. Oh, dude. I hope
Be great.
I hope so. The biggest concern I have is no practice, and a lot of teams miss the setups and they just drive like shit the entire time.
Oh yeah, everybody's gonna pussyfoot it. Everybody's saying no practice will make it a shit show. I think it's gonna make it the opposite. I think that everybody's just gonna pussyfoot it until they figure it out. And by the time they figure it out, everybody will be spread out.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. By the time they figure it out, the race is gonna be over.
Yeah.
And then everybody's gonna be like, "Well, what the hell?"
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case, but that'll probably be the case.
Well, Alex Labbe and his team thought they were gonna pull one over on NASCAR and get some testing in, so they took a. And have you seen the pictures of it?
Yeah, I have. The pictures fucking suck. Like, Jesus Christ, it's 2020, guys. Get a new phone.
Well, yeah, but they took an Xfinity car to an SCCA or SCAA, whatever the fuck it's called, test, and NASCAR blocked it. And
that was fucking genius. You can't tell me it wasn't.
No, I think it's awesome that they tried it, but it's like, good God, man.
Like, I love seeing teams trying to get away with shit like that, man. That's fucking awesome.
I do too. I love it. But I don't know. It's just funny to me. That's probably one of the more bizarre ones I've seen. Like we've seen some, like the Michael Waltrip jet fuel thing was a little interesting.
Yeah.
But like this, that they literally went to another sanctioning body's test with an Xfinity car and thought since they put Hoosier tires on it, that it would be okay. Now, where it gets a little fuzzy is some guys took old Xfinity cars that now technically aren't NASCAR sanctioned, from what I heard. And there were
what classifies that? Because wasn't that a steel body car they took and technically?
No. This was a composite body car. Yeah, they were close-up pictures. You could see like the honeycomb shit on it. That's where these other guys aren't getting in trouble. I'm not going to put any names out just in case they do, because. But from what I saw, there were other ringers there who will most likely be in a race that weekend, but they were in different style cars. So, people are going to have practice. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal that there's no practice, because I mean half the people there run the Daytona 24 or something there, you know what I mean, or they can hop in a simulator and figure it out.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's a road course too, so like 9 chances out of 10, the car is not really going to be a big part. Like, as long as it's not, it's not going to be too hard to get it to drive normally.
It's going to be the usual suspects up there at the front.
Yeah, it just hopefully we don't, you don't have that big ass spoiler that ruins the infield section. You can't, like, it's just bad memories of watching Watkins Glen, dude. The fucking last year or two, Chase Elliott just kind of hanging out there. Truex up his ass, can't pass him. It's just that bubble, man. I don't think that'll happen, but
they're taking portable lighting down there too. So if there's I guess a thunderstorm, and because they're taking rain tires, but if there's lightning, they won't be able to race. They said they'd run the race at night if they had to. So I hope it rains. I hope it lightnings, and I hope we get a night finish. I think that'd be awesome.
That's exactly what I said on my my stream at some point. That's a 400 IQ move. Just take them down to Daytona during a hurricane season and run them on the road course. Yeah. That way you fucking get rain. The one time, now it's not gonna fucking rain. Somehow, some way.
No, it won't.
Yeah.
I see. The only thing I dread if it does is all these jackasses on Twitter try to say you could run rain tires on an oval, and they're gonna see them going around the Daytona road course, and when they go out on the oval, see, rain tires can do it, even though they're gonna be going way fucking slower. That pisses me off. I guess we bored the people long enough. We should do our New Hampshire picks and fuck off for the night, shouldn't we?
Real quick though, I wonder if they do get rain, like on the big NASCAR oval, would you think it'd be more beneficial to take the apron down there? Is that, I guess,
100% what I think would happen, unless they say you can't.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I guess it would be legal. So,
well, actually, I don't know if it would, because wouldn't there be more ponding down there with the banking? Wouldn't the water just run off the banking?
It might, but if everybody's running it, then obviously it'll get rid of it eventually. But both, left side's on the apron, right side's on the banking.
Yeah, but
stick it.
Isn't there something with rain tires where you have to find moisture? Like they don't do good when you're not.
Well, yeah, you need moisture.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, if you're worried about that, then the track should be about dry, so you should be all right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's running off the banking, maybe the apron would be better. And then also with the banking, it depends on how fast they're going. Because don't you have to be going at least 70 or whatever to stay on the banking before you start sliding off?
I want to see somebody slide down the banking.
Because remember, that's why Trump couldn't. They were if Trump was going to go on the banking, and the limo weighed too much or whatever, and it wasn't going fast enough.
Jesus Christ! Could you imagine somebody didn't think that one through and took him up on the banking?
The President of the United States barrel rolls at Daytona.
That would be the greatest fucking thing, dude. Oh my god,
dude, the whole world would laugh at America at that point. Just fucking, sent their president to a NASCAR race and he barrel rolled down the banking. God, I'm glad they thought that one through.
I can see that ass head slipping out a little bit that catches on the left rear tire and just fucking tumbles. Oh Jesus! And then they get the Fox drone down there for a little up close, just like the Newman thing. Oh boy. See if President Donald Trump's right. All right, let's.
Trump gets out and waves to the crowd.
Yeah, I'm okay, yeah.
Goes to the infield care center.
Oh Jesus!
Nobody barrel rolls like me. That's probably what he'd say in the frustration.
You damn right. Yeah, I'm the only president that could have walked out of that alive right there. That was on me.
My pick for New Hampshire is Denny Hamlin. I'm getting it out of the way.
Wow, bold fucking prediction right there. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to raise you with another bold one. Kevin Harvick.
All righty.
I think I pick Kevin Harvick every fucking week.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. We hope you had a good time. It was a little bit on the shorter side this week, but we didn't have a lot of content to roll with. So thank you guys for sending in your questions. We love reading them as always, and that's a big part of our show anyway. So keep on sending in messages so we can keep on rolling with these longer shows. So once again, hope you guys enjoy tomorrow's racing festivities. We got Formula 1 at Silverstone. We've got the NASCAR at New Hampshire. I want to say Indiana's Sprint Week might still be going on. I actually been watching that. I picked up a Flow TV subscription, and I've been watching that shit, man. It's been a lot of fun to watch all the racing and stuff on there. They got a lot of dirt stuff on there, so y'all check that out if you're into some dirt racing. If you haven't got on that already, but yeah, wherever you are, we appreciate you listening. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see y'all next Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Until then, you got any final words?
No, I'm good.
All right, that's gonna do us. Appreciate y'all, and we'll catch y'all next time.